that time, during time, like up high in the government, like that, and they said that the Nubians were slaves. They don't, like, the storyline do not make sense. It's like a lot of stuff they saying don't make sense. And also, Rod, how they gonna bring that many slaves on the boat over here, and that the boats wasn't even, you know, the type. The whole construct of you got to take 6 months to get over here. Where you get water from? If the water is salt water, like, it's a lot of stuff that just don't make sense.
Yeah, well, that's we know that it take 2 weeks to get from Europe. It take to get to the mainland United States. It take 2 weeks to get from Europe. It take 90 days to get from Northwest Africa over here. So you do the math. 2 weeks from Europe, 90 days Northwest Africa. Where these motherfuckers come from? When you look at it, Elder, they fighting all of these wars for these hundreds of years. They got prisoners of war that they putting into bondage. The prisoners of war that they putting into bondage is not coming from Africa.
Go ahead.
They pale-faced Europeans, hairy Europeans, which is the children of what we call the Enkiduites. Then they got Mongolians they fighting with. They got Huns. It's a book called Leadership Secrets of Attila the Hun, where he talk about doing student exchange with the Romans. No, the Romans became the Romanovs. We don't know nothing about them people. Wasn't no Romanovs over here. Wasn't no Etruscans over here. Wasn't no Christians or Muslims or Jews over here. Hebrews were. We was already here building pyramids as the Great Atlan for eons.
That's my
eons.
For you too.
You know what I'm saying? So all of a sudden, we get sacked. We fight a war, and the victors rewrite the history. Winston Churchill said the truth is so valuable, it must be carefully guarded by a ring of lies. What did they lie about? Everything. Well, it's at the center that they're trying to cover up. If you don't know who you is, you forfeit your birthright. You can only lose your birthright by surrender, which is forfeiture, right? Or the acquiescence at a defeat. You just don't wake up and your birthright gone. It's a process to take your birthright. But as long as one person fighting with a heritable right to the land, and the fight is not always physical. See, we can think that the only way to fight for what's ours is to blow shit up, tear shit up, because that's how they came over here, blowing shit up, tearing shit up. The knowledge is king. In other words, the king is the one with the knowledge to tell you about the birthright.
Right.
The pretender to the throne is the heir. Right? The heir is Heru, seeking to become Usir. Horus is trying to become Osiris. The son is trying to come to the reign as the father.
Go ahead.
You know, none of it work without the permission of Offset.
Go ahead.
Right? So what do you got to do? You got to wake the people up. You got to master knock, guerrilla knock. Right? When you can't get it done, you call for the next in the line of descent. The next in the line behind Tupac, go back to the movie Black Panther. Who was the only one that T'Challa could allow to take the throne? The Gorilla King. Right? That's because it's an order. And the order is played out as the holy drama. We reenact that BS on the ground, but we don't be knowing what we doing because we doing it autonomically. It's a subconscious resonance of the mind of the royal families to put everything back in order. The job of the misfit is to try to keep us from finding the proper order. When you get all of the kings have been displaced, you come in, you send your priest first. Why you send your priest first? That's called the soft sell. Priests don't get the job done. Now you got to send in a group of generals.
Go ahead.
The general don't get the job done. He got to bring in the princes, the children of the father, the sons. When they don't get the job done, they got to call on daddy, the king.
Go ahead.
When the king don't get the job done, he called on the emperor. That's what made Haile Selassie have any value to us whatsoever.
Go ahead.
Because the kings got the call for the emperor. The emperor can't get the job done. Now he got to start calling on the gods.
Right.
This is how you conjure up them people that you can't stop. They don't stop. They just keep re-strategizing until they win. That's it. The gods don't play by the rules of man. They play by universal law. They don't play by your book law.
Right.
Your book law is contract law. That's the lowest form of law. Right? Contract law is designed to usurp your rulership. And we want all push this uniform commercial code contract law in ad infinitum, and it's an illusion.
Go ahead.
The rightful heir don't need no paperwork.
Now, my word is done. The word is
that's
done.
it. Husia, authoritative utterance, exceptional insight.
Yeah.
Them people in DC sitting in them secret chambers know exactly who I am.
Go ahead.
Them niggas in them lodges, they know exactly who I am. They shocked because they didn't think it was real.
That's gonna be my next question. We're going that way. That about the lodge and the Masons. We're going that way.
Yeah, right. So they all know, they know who we are. They've been following us from birth.
Yeah.
I used to couldn't figure out why I can't get. I'm on the run from the police. I know they know where I'm at. I'm like, why these niggas ain't coming?
Right.
It's the process. They gotta allow you enough room or enough rope to hang yourself.
Yeah. They can't do it unless you make a deal with them. You make a deal with them, they can come get you. See, look, that's why
they can come get you without the deal, but you have to trip and fall. You have to slip up.
Yeah.
You have to repeat. You have to repeat a mistake that you should have learned from.
That's right.
As long as you ain't repeating the mistake that you should have learned from, they can't touch you. It's a game of knowledge. And only the wise know how to play it. A damn fool will never figure it out.
Right. This is my next question for you, man. Because this always put my, I know a whole bunch of Masons, and my granddad, everybody, man, I'm trying to figure out, I don't see what a Black Masons is a part of what's going down. I don't see what, I think they blind to it. I don't think they fully, totally, I can't say aware. I don't know the Black Masons, where I say the Prince of Halls and the other, all the John E. Jones, all the Black lodges. I don't think they completely aware. I mean, they aware of it, of what, because they know what happened to us. But why would they go around walking around and knowing what happened to us, that we got our birthrights took, and then they won't say nothing, even if you made the oath? Like after a certain point, you down with it. We got to say we're gonna have to get on them too. We're gonna have to get at them too, because you know what was going down, and you walking around and you just acting like you don't want to say nothing. So we're gonna have to do you too. You know what I'm saying? All right,
let me ask you this then. Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
When two heavyweight fighters get in the ring to fight, how come the boxing commission don't get in the ring and fight on one of their sides?
Because they get paid off both of them. You know what I'm saying?
The boxing commission's job is to watch the fight. They ain't supposed to participate.
Go ahead.
This fight is between fez-wearing Moors from Europe and feather-wearing chiefs from this land. It don't got nothing to do with them. We operative. They speculative. Everybody that goes to the lodge in Brotherhood, they speculative Masons. They don't have no keys.
Go ahead.
All their keys is broke, so they can't open no doors.
Go ahead.
Right? Now, if by chance an operative Mason stroll in there, all of them is in a panic, because we ain't supposed to go in the lodges.
Go ahead.
And they get into a panic. They got a scene from one of these movies, I think it was American Gods, where a Birthright brother came in and sat down all of the pale faces that was the ones that was supposed to be running the show, because now the Birthright elder then stepped in the building. Right. The reason that's important is because the only way that one of the chiefs or one of the dirty Moors that came over here, the usurpers, we got to meet in the street. We got to meet in the street. We got to have a discussion. The lower the environment, the more valuable the discussion. And once the discussion is had, it's about who better know who we are, you or me.
Right.
Right. And when the ones that don't know surrender, then that's how you knock them for their fans or they knock you for your feathers.
Go ahead. Watch me.
Once this is done, because remember, the whole thing is to be master of masters, a self-raised master. You can't have no degrees.
Right.
You disqualified from the fight if you went through their system because you are an educated fool.
Right.
But if you are educated, but you ain't nobody's fool, you ain't been in nobody's shoe to be put into this hellfire.
Go ahead.
Right? So what do? All of the rightful heirs that go through university, they got the pledge. They go Kappa, Omega, Sigma, Theta. Why do they use Greek alphabets?
Go ahead.
They use Greek alphabets because that's matriarchy. So as long as you don't know it's matriarchy, you think they're taking Greek culture. The Greek culture was given to them by Egypt.
Go ahead. It's a number system.
Mm-hmm. So it's a beta number system, an alpha beta system.
Yeah.
So all of the ones that pledge as a fraternal brother is a beta. That means he's a second. He ain't a first.
Go ahead.
Right? But then the ones who get blessed into the street organization, because some of us got blessed in at birth. Then he got what's called first right to the earth right, to reclaim the throne for Big Mama, put her back on her seat, so that we can all be living back like we was in Atlantis. This was only a temporary thing. America was going to come and go. America was just a war. It was a conclusion to a bloody war that became a conjure war. Right? And now we reenacting history in reverse, in real time. And we don't even know what we're looking at because we think we historians, but we don't know history in depth enough. I used to kick myself for reading all them damn books because I wouldn't have to deal with none of this shit. I could have been a regular buffoon walking around idiot like everybody else.
Right.
But yeah. But because I decided to improve myself so I could be a better person, I didn't know I was gonna put me in the middle of this fight. I didn't want this. I didn't want none of this. I just wanted to be a better me for me and for my children. I wanted to be able to teach them how to navigate this system and be able to live their life comfortable. I didn't ever think that it was going to come down to me having to wake up all of these sleeping tribes that have been rocked to sleep by this enemy.
Right.
And tracing them back, I kept blowing my own mind like, this the same niggas. Them the same niggas. Ain't none of these crackers. And this the thing that threw me for a loop, because when they first came, most of us don't know Columbus was a Negro. He was a Portuguese Jew. Right? Yeah. Most of us don't know Pietro del Negro was the navigator, was a Portuguese black ass Jew.
Go ahead.
Most of us don't know
what his name means.
Most of us never realized that the Pope wears a yarmulke. They just called it something different.
Yeah, he do. They do.
Right.
They always.
And when you get done tracing the Jews back, they go through name changes that mean the same thing. They call themselves Jew because they was on the jewelry in Europe.
Go ahead.
Right? Who was the people on the jewelry in Europe? They were the ones that they called Hebrew or Israelites or Jacobites. Who was the Jacobites? The children of Jacob, who was renamed Israel to hide his identity. So the Jacobite is the usurper because the Jacob means usurper, underminer. Yeah. Well, who is he undermining? Well, according to the book, the Adama. Who is the Adama? the earthborn.
Go ahead.
They got us. They got these new Hebrews telling us that Edom, which is the same word as Adam, literally mean pale face, and that's not what it means.
Red man.
It don't mean that. It mean from the earth.
Yeah.
Right now, the only place I know where some people supposed to claim from some red dirt, because in Africa they say that the African was from the black dirt of the Aswan.
Go ahead.
Right, but over here we come from Mississippi clay dirt, red dirt.
Go ahead.
The Adoma, the earthborn,
copper tone.
Yeah, but the ones over there come from the black soil of the Aswan.
Go ahead.
But with those little details go by us because it's hidden in plain sight. Put it right in your face and you don't know what the meaning of the word is. You don't know what they're talking about. Right? Mm-hmm. The Chinese came from the Yellow River. What the Yellow River? What the fuck is you talking about? We came from the Red Mississippi River. The Africans came from the black soils of the Aswan, and the Asians came from the soil of the Yellow River.
Go ahead.
And we don't want to talk about that because now somebody got some splaining to do. It don't nobody want to be asking no questions because the scholars said we all came from Africa.
Yeah, but see, Elijah Muhammad pointed at what you just said about the yellow man. Elijah Muhammad pointed that out. You know, they didn't want to hear that when he pointed it out.
Yeah, you know, so they got all of these different terminologies. They create word soup, word salad to confuse us. You know what I'm saying? They got us thinking that the Mexicans and the Puerto Ricans and the Dominicans is a whole different group of people because they all speak Spanish and we speak English. They all the same as us. They just niggas just because there was the Spanish influence outweighed the English influence.
That's right. They speak the conqueror language.
And the Haitians speak French. They don't speak French because that's their native language. They speak French because they was at war with the French. The French got the temporary upper hand so we can go fight this conquer war. Let them think they won, baby. Because when we come back, we coming back for everything they owe. Somebody else said that.
Yeah. Hey, do you think that that they'll ever come clean about it at this point? Because it seems like now Trump is coming out saying a lot of things, and the certain people. But do you think they'll all come all the way clean and tell us, man, y'all been trading back and forth? We already know because we got the evidence that hey, corn, it's corn on the wall in ancient Kemet, corn origin over here, so they had to been trading for like thousands of years with corn and watermelon and things and different things.
Listen,
so do they
when you
they'll ever come clean, come out to say it? Hey, man, you know, here's you know, y'all was over here, y'all this people. They'll just come out and just lay it on us. Did they ever come clean? Go ahead.
Yeah, they're gonna have to confess because there's too many of us that knows the truth now. There's too many of us can see through the charade. And the more we keep waking each other up, it's going to reach critical mass of an undeniable perspective where we know exactly who he is. We know exactly who we up against. We know exactly what to do. And here go the kicker. It's going to look like the worst case of black on black violence we ever seen. Because them niggas look like us, they ain't us. And we know how they move now. And they the ones, they families and they bloodlines been pulling the strings behind this BS the whole time.
Hey, should we prepare for an economical crash? Because like on their system, their money system, should we be prepared like to have a survival package or like, you know, for a couple months or wherever? Because we already know that the reset is coming, the switch. Where they leave. So what should we have to deal with it? Because if you can't use money, you can't use the ATM card. You can't get no when they say, oh, you can't go to the ATM and get no money out. And then, you know, so how do we, just in case that could possibly happen, economical system? I see it happening. It's got to happen for the switch to come over eventually. and it's got to be within this 4 years, I think, when Trump was in there. So if that could happen, an economical shutdown, what do you think that we would need to survive that economical shutdown? Because that could be crazy. Like if we go back like to the Great Depression, 1933, when Noble Drew Ali set them up and got the land back, they had to go and regroup, man. So if you think something like that,
Noble Drew Ali could never reclaim the land. He had to point it to the rightful mother, tribal mother.
Yeah.
And she could reclaim the land because she got birthright.
Yeah.
He got enforcement right. He had to go dig it out and say, okay, Big Mama, this who did it. Yeah. This where they at, right? And if the mother reclaimed, like for instance, Empress Bertiasi reclaimed the land, but she didn't have an enforcement branch. All her enforcers was locked up. Angel Bay, Big Tookie, Larry Hoover, Big Booney Black, all of the ones that the COINTEL rounded up was her enforcement arms. Yeah. They cut off all her enforcement arms. So now she can't make them do nothing no more.
Right.
Because all of the ones that was supposed to enforce her jurisdictional supremacy has been removed from the land.
Go ahead.
They've been put in bond servant status as POWs. Right? Or they was just flat out executed because they was about that life.
Go ahead.
You know, they couldn't corrupt them like Giant Africa from the MOVE movement. Joseph Senku, he did exactly the opposite of what they told him to do.
Go ahead.
You know, then you got like Asada, her territory is the New Jersey area.
Go ahead.
Right? But all of the people that was there, but didn't nobody understand the law enough and politics and who was pulling the strings well enough to reclaim her territory. So you got all this is going on. The tribes is scrambling, trying to get somebody to buckle down in the books.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they already knew that everything that they was doing, they wrote about it.
Right.
Right. Because part of their agreement for them to stay in power